Tomorrow is the CPI data. Look at it here. On the 14th of August, Wednesday, is the CPI data for the United States. So this data is going to be released tomorrow and is going to definitely impact the direction of USDJPY, as you can see right now, and also Euro USD. And that is what I'll be talking about in this very video. How to trade the CPI data very well. And the most important secret you need to pay attention to perfectly trade this data on your chart. So all of this in this very video. If you are new here, my name is Paradise. On this channel, I discuss everything about Forex, day trading strategy to keep you profitable. Please support this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification for more Forex videos like this. Also check the channel for other Forex content. If you look at here, we have the CPI data for the United States that will be released tomorrow. The forecast is 0.2% for the CPI month per month. This is the core CPI. Now, when you are trading the CPI, don't focus on the core CPI. The most important one is the CPI itself, okay? The month-on-month and year-on-year CPI. These are the two that you should focus on. Forget about or pay less attention to the core CPI. The core CPI don't really impact the market. Your focus should always be the CPI month-on-month and the CPI year-on-year. This is very important. Now, the next thing you need to also pay attention to is your chart. So most time, it does not really matter the value of the data that is released. Most time, okay, listen to my choice of word. Because if the market has dropped all the way to the downside and in favor of the JPY, as you can see right here, and then we see the data that is released, maybe the actual is less than the forecast, okay, which is bad for the currency. And we were expecting the fact that JPY should have strength. That means this chart should continue moving all the way to the downside. Okay, that is what it means, because from the interpretation of this very data, what it means is that if this forecast is less than the actual, that means if the actual is greater than the forecast, let's say for example you have 0.1, okay, to 0.2 as the forecast, which means the actual is less than the forecast. It means that it is bad for the currency. But if the value of the actual is 0.3 or 0.25, which is the actual greater than the forecast, it is good for the currency, okay? That is how CPI works. But regardless of this very interpretation, you have to really check your chart. The reason is because when the market has already moved in a particular direction for a long time, and you see a news release, it doesn't really matter the value that comes out. What matters most is the behavior or what buyers and sellers have been doing in the past, okay, before the data release. So what I am expecting for this very month CPI is very important, and this is it. If you look at this very area, we have the forecast of 0.2 for the month-on-month and 3.0% for the year-on-year. Now, if this CPI data, which is the actual, come out to be a little bit lower, okay, than the forecast, it's supposed to be bad for the currency, which means JPY is supposed to gain strength. We should see this market begin to move all the way to the downside from here, move all the way down, okay? And then if we see this very actual greater than the forecast, let's say for example 0.25 or 0.3, then we should see this chart move upward. That means it should favor the US dollars. The same thing for the euro, okay? Since in this euro case, euro is base currency and USD is the quote or counter currency. For the case of euro USD, if this very data come out to be 0.1 or 0.15, okay, less than the forecast, then in this case it should favor the euro. This chart from this very point where the market is right now should move all the way to the upside. And if the data, let's say in this very case, come out to be 0.25 or 0.3, then it should favor the US dollar. What that means is this very chart should move all the way to the downside. Okay, so this is how you interpret it. But there is one very important secret that you need to pay attention to right now, is the way the market is going to move, owing to the fact that market has moving in a particular direction before the CPI data. So what you need to pay attention to is the way the market has been moving downward. So in this very case, usdjpy, the market has been moving all the way from here to the downside, and I am expecting market to retrace. Okay, so what this means is that it should favor the US dollar, and this is what you need to pay attention to. If we see this very data right here, the CPI month on month and year on year come out to be a little bit lower than this, let's say 0.15 or 2.5 or 2.8 for the year on year, this should have made the yen to be stronger. Okay, but in this very case, even though market begin to move down, don't pay attention to that, look for buy opportunity. Market is going to move all the way to the upside. This is very important. Another scenario you need to look out for is if the forecast come out to be 0.2 and the year on year come out to be 3.0. Still expect this very chart to move all the way to the downside. And the best way to do that is to look at the reaction of what will happen in the market immediately after the release. So what I am looking out for is the market move all the way to the upside. If the actual year is greater than the forecast, I am expecting that this market move all the way to the upside for a good retracement before continuation to the downside. So what you need to pay attention to right now is for the market moving upward, even though we see a data that is lower than this value. Regardless of what data that comes out to be the actual right here, what I am expecting is for the market to move all the way upward. And that does not mean that the market cannot react a little bit downward and before moving to the upside. So even though you see the market begin to react a little bit to the downside, my own expectation is that this CPI data should move the market upward for a significant retracement before continuation again to the downside. And that is what I am looking at right now. The same thing right here on Euro USD. Expect this market to come back down because we've seen the market move upward, retracement, market move, create a new high. We should see the market move down, okay, for a good retracement before continuation again to the upside. This is what I am paying attention to right now, regardless of what comes out as the actual for the CPI data in the United States. This is very, very important and crucial. So you are trading Euro USD right now, one day, and also USD JPY one day. Pay attention to this. A recap of this very video is that before you trade your CPI data, always check your chart and look at the direction of the market. In this very case for Euro USD, we've seen that the market have been moving all the way to the upside. From this very point, market move upward. We have retracement, market move impulse, retracement, market create a new high, and this retracement is in. So I believe that as the CPI data comes out, even though it is below the forecast, that means actually is below the forecast, which should be bad for the currency, which is the US dollar, I will be looking at market moving upward, okay, for a good retracement in favor of the US dollar before market will begin to come back down at the end of this retracement. What this means is this retracement have not ended, so market have to move upward before continuation back to the downside. And also the same thing on Euro USD. My own expectation is that market should have good retracement, okay, before continuation again, in line with what the market was doing here. Market move impulse, retracement, impulse, retracement, impulse. Market should retrace again before what? Continuation to the upside. This is what I am expecting to happen in the market after this data is released tomorrow. So pay attention to this, guys. It will help you be in the right direction of the market. Please support this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification for more forex videos like this. Also check the channel for other forex content. If you're not registered with any broker, I have a recommended broker for you in the description of this very video. Check it out and do a registration with those brokers right away. Thanks for watching to this video, and I will see you in the next video.